What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a little bit more of a serious conversation with you guys. We are doing a video on what it's like being an interracial couple, especially in the area that we live in, where interracial relationships or just being black in general is not very accepted.
Yeah, so we live in a little small town. It's not very rural, but it is in a town where there aren't many complexions like myself, and it definitely stands out when we go to a lot of different places. And you guys know the type of videos that we typically post. It's a lot of comedy. A lot of the videos are of us, being funny and causing attention to ourselves. We typically like to draw positive vibes, positive attention to us, because we are that family that likes to have fun. So we felt it was necessary to kind of touch on some of the things that we are subjected to in this little small town in central Pennsylvania, where, hopefully we can shed some light and offer some insight and hopefully impact in a positive way to help, spread some, some good vibes, some positivity and things like that. So with that being said, I have a couple things that I wanted to share with you guys that's kind of near and dear to both of us, actually. And one of those things are, for example, we all have heard of the DWB. That's for those that don't know, that's driving while black. And
That's something I did not know about until I married
yes,
Greg.
yes. Just to kind of give you an idea of what happened, our experience with that. When Antic Mom and I, we were first dating. This was during the time when I would go to pick her up at her house, because she used to live an hour away from where I lived at the time. I went down to pick her up one day, and we were pulled over by our wonderful Pennsylvania State Police. They felt as though I fit the criteria, the profile, if you will.
The racial profile.
The profile of a drug dealer or a transporter or what. I don't know. But at any rate, mind you, like I said, we were dating at the time, so boyfriend and girlfriend here. My girlfriend at the time, she was...
Great first impression, right?
Yeah. Were you pregnant? No, it was Antic Esme. She was still in the car seat at the time.
No, I was pregnant with Mac.
You were pregnant with Mac?
Mm-hmm. Because remember I told you how I was surprised they didn't make me lift my shirt up and prove that my belly wasn't drugs hidden inside of my shirt.
Oh, that was another time then, because I was actually talking about the time when they felt it necessary to pull out the drug dog.
I've only been with you once when they pulled out the drug dog.
Were you pregnant at the time?
Yeah. Esme, you had your white car, because I remember we had this huge thing that you didn't want to get rid of your two-door white car for a baby, and I said how impossible it was going to be to shove a car seat in the back of your man car.
That was my nice little two-door sports car. I love that car.
Yes, I was pregnant with Mac at that time.
Okay, so you was pregnant with Mac.
Esme was passed out in the back seat of the car.
In the
I
car
had
seat.
no idea what was going on at the time either.
Yeah. So they got us both out of the car. And
made us wake Esme up.
Yep, made us wake her up, got us out the car, asked for consent to search the car for drugs and anything like that. Obviously, I'm not into that lifestyle. Never was, never will be. But I thought that was kind of like funny, because I didn't give them any reason to. They had no reason other than the reason why they said they pulled me over was because I had tinted windows. Tinted windows on a two-door sports car. Right. But at any rate, that's definitely something that I felt was extremely uncalled for, and I was a little embarrassed, to say the least, because I'm already targeted because of, you know, me being black, dating a white girl at the time. It's like, is that really necessary? Do you really have to subjectify me to being pulled over on the side of the road, having cars drive by with the dog searching my car while we're sitting on the side of the road? How embarrassing is that, you know? So it's one of those situations where it's definitely uncalled for, but that's the society that we live in. And hopefully we can bring some awareness to that and stop the racial profiling.
Which kind of brings us into our second point of when Antic Dad and I were first dating, and we went to a little festival in our local town, and multiple times I got stopped by the security or the police officers questioning me if I was being sex trafficked by Antic Dad. Mind you, we are 12 years apart. He is older, obviously.
I like him young. Young but legal.
I was 19 at the time, but I looked like I was probably 14.
Still do.
Leave me alone. And they did follow me around the festival thinking that Antic Dad was using me for a sex toy for other people. And I never thought about it at the time, being as ignorant as I was to racial profiling and how differently black people are treated from white people, because let's be honest, white privilege is a thing.
Yes,
it exists, and I would have never known that had I not been with a black man. And to me, that was very frustrating, and it was embarrassing for me, as well as I was embarrassed for the police officers themselves for continuously stopping me and asking me if I was sure that Antic Dad wasn't doing anything to me that I wasn't consenting to. That's a very frustrating thing.
So, you know, I get that, yes, the age difference being, 12 years apart, it can raise some eyebrows. It might even raise some red flags or whatever. But, as I said, I can assure you the relationship from day one has always been legal. There's never been any question of, well, do we need to consider this to be statutory rape or anything like that? No, this was completely 100% consensual relationship.
I was 19.
I'm not going to say how old I was. You do the math. 12 years apart.
31.
Shut up.
That's the only math I can do.
That brings us to the next point. So there was a time when we went food shopping.
This is my first introduction to culture shock, by the way.
Yes, we went food shopping at the local grocery store. No, not People's Walmart. We didn't go to Walmart. This is an actual grocery store. And we're doing our typical grocery shopping that most, if not all, humans do. And we had this little old lady just following us around. And she felt it necessary to just give us that death stare. She was like all in our, like that. She was all in our grill, It was like, have you ever seen a black person before? Hey, here I am. And, I don't know, did she say anything?
She didn't, but you sure did. I will never forget that moment. I have never been so culture shocked in my life when this man walked by, because, mind you, ignorant, had no idea what was going on, didn't even see the old lady staring.
Oh, she was staring.
And the next thing I know, I hear him turn around and go, "Take a picture, it lasts longer."
And the thing is, we wasn't even like doing anything. Well, you've seen our videos in the past. Yes, we are loud and obnoxious sometimes.
Only when we're filming.
It was completely a legitimate food shopping trip. I don't even think we were like focused on our channel at that time. So,
we didn't even have our channel at that time.
No, we were just going about our daily business. So for her to be, mean mugging me, giving me the evil death stare is like, okay, lady, really, get over yourself. We're here. We're coming to your town. All right, hide your women, hide your pocketbooks, okay, because we're coming for it all.
Oh, man. Like, guys, I'm not even kidding when I tell you, being white and being raised in a white area.
All
with
white
that
area.
When you have only one or two black kids at your school. So that white privilege kind of kicks in, and you don't have that culture knowledge. A lot of this does come as a complete shock to you. You don't know how to handle it. And that was what happened to me, was just the utter culture shock. The not realizing that people staring and people saying things and doing certain things are mostly based off of the fact that you're with someone that's black.
Or just of another race, period.
Yeah. Like, it's just, you don't notice these things until you're with someone that is a different race. It's just not something that you notice.
Yeah. Next point. You wanna hit on that one?
I would say my biggest culture shock, not just the rudeness of the people or the way that the police treat black people. It was definitely the culture shock in general. Black families are a lot different than white families. At least I would say my white family.
Yes.
They can be mad at me later for saying that.
Yes.
But I had the pleasures of meeting Antic's dad's family. But not just his mom, not just his dad. I met aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces. You name the list, they were there.
Well, first I want to correct you. It's not aunts, it's aunts. Black folks say aunt.
Okay, but I'm white, so I said aunt because that's how white people say it. See, cultural differences in the making right here.
Yes.
But his family is big. And that's just the Sunday dinner big. Mm-hmm. The biggest my family gets for a Sunday dinner is maybe my grandparents. I think the only big family dinner I've ever had was when we used to have Thanksgiving get-togethers.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really had a big family.
The only time
together.
I really saw your big family, so to speak, was at our wedding.
Yeah. No, I took you to our Thanksgiving one the one time.
Okay.
That was bigger. But regardless, that right there was a big culture shock to me because I don't like being around large groups of people.
Neither do I, really.
And to kind of just be thrown into that, well, I think we were engaged at the time. But they don't look at you as an outsider. They look at you as already a part of the family. Like,
on the black side.
Yeah, on Antic Dad's side.
Yes.
It was a lot of, we were engaged, but I was his wife.
Right.
Like, they all spoke to me like I was already his wife. They've already accepted me into the family like I was one of them. There was no, you don't belong here. There was none of the, you're not part of the family yet kind of feeling. It was, you belong, come in, give us hugs. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing? Jimmy's climbing up the tree, can you go get him?
And and the funny thing about that too is little bit of self-disclosure too. I'm actually adopted, and a couple years into our relationship, I finally found my my biological mother, and it turns out that what holiday was it? It was a holiday that we went to go see my mom for the first time.
Probably Thanksgiving, because it was crazy.
No, it wasn't Thanksgiving. At any rate, it was a holiday that we went to go see my biological mother, and now mind you, my very first time ever meeting her, and my biological family and everything, and the way that we were received, it was just like I was part of the family from day one, and they didn't treat Shannon any different. And this is a family that I had never known. So that right there tells you that we have come so far in society that why does it matter the color of your skin? I wish I could say the same for my wife's family, that I was received the same way that my wife was received in my family. You want to share what that experience was like?
I'm gonna pull the whitest thing ever. There was a point where Greg and I were planning our I believe it was our first year anniversary after our wedding. And we had invited my father to come along with us. Yeah, we're going there. And we had invited him to go along with us so that he could keep Antic Esme for us during the night, because, you know, we were taking a cruise. Nightlife on a cruise ship is not for a, how old was she, like 5 or 6 year old?
Yeah.
So we did invite him to come along. Antic Dad was trying to do something nice and try to secretly plan for him to get us a better room. And I guess my father wasn't very happy about it. My father felt like if we were getting a better room, he should also get a better room. He kind of ruined the surprise. And in turn, got extremely upset with me, got upset with Greg, and in turn, I would like to believe that my father was not thinking clearly when he said the statement that he did, but I don't know. My father is deceased. I will not speak ill of the dead. However, he did call Greg. I won't say the word.
The N word. Never say that word.
I won't say it either.
So.
The whitest thing ever. My father did call Greg the N word.
Now, mind you, this is, you know, her daughter, his daughter's significant other. No, we were married at the time, actually.
We were married.
Yeah, so.
Not to mention our son.
Yeah. Whom
is half black. Our daughter is mixed raced as well. So to call Greg that word, it was almost like a big shot to my heart that he was also calling my children that as well.
Yeah.
That it just wasn't a pleasant feeling. And again, my family can probably hate me for this later. We're being raw and honest with you. Even to this day, I would say my mother still does not like my husband.
But I take it all in stride and deal with it because I'm not married to the family. I'm married to my wife.
I also don't make him go around my family.
I go. I love your grandmother. I loved your grandfather when he was alive.
Bless his soul.
But, you know, I keep my distance, and out of respect, I don't really...
you don't say what you really feel when you're around them.
Right, because, you know, I respect my wife, and I respect our marriage, so to say or do anything that would jeopardize or compromise that, I just won't do.
There's also the level that I have a respect for my husband and his feelings, so I don't ask him to go to things that I know will make him uncomfortable.
And, you know, sometimes it's family and friends are the ones that can hurt you the most. And that's a whole nother conversation that we don't necessarily have to go to, but we internally know what that situation is.
I would definitely say the other part of the culture shock that got me the most, it got me, it got my stomach, it got my guts.
Yes!
Everything.
Yes!
Raw and honest. Y'all, they eat different.
Yes, we do.
Like, straight up eat different.
Yes,
we
do.
have chicken, they have chitlets.
Chitlings.
If you don't know what chitlings. If y'all don't know what chitlings are.
No, not chitlings. Chitlins.
I can't even say it. If you don't know whatever it is he said, we'll put it down below here. I'll spell it out for you. If you don't know what it is, Google it. But when I tell you eat it and your stomach goes from here to here.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't. I don't think I touched them when I was there.
It's pig intestine.
Yeah, then I definitely didn't touch it.
Pig intestine.
I'm glad I didn't touch it.
Chitlins, see, you gotta eat it right. You gotta have some chitlins with some white rice and some hot sauce with some collard greens. So at any rate, definitely the cultural differences in our food is yes.
My stomach was not having it.
Yeah, especially that night when we went to go see my biological mother for the first time. And
yo, I was so sick. Like,
she spent a good half an hour in the bathroom.
It wasn't half an hour. It was longer. Now, wait. Let's be clear on this, though. Okay, my gallbladder was also shutting down at that time. It's your food. That's what it was. Your family's food killed my gallbladder. But no, okay. In all seriousness, though, like, my gallbladder was shutting down from...
Mom, if you see this video, I want you to know I love the food that was prepared for us. My wife, on the other hand, your daughter-in-law, she insulted your food.
No, see, mind y'all, the food was great. Like, it was great going in. It's the coming out that was the problem. Shut up. It was horrible. Okay, but the sweetest thing ever with their family was they're coming asking, do you want us to go get you some Sprite? Do you need some ginger ale? Like, do you need something to make your belly feel a little bit better?
That's the loving nature of a black family.
They sent the teenager down to the corner store to get me some Sprite or something to make my stomach feel a little bit better. Now, white family, Pepto-Bismol and you're good.
Hey, we do that too, though.
But it's, figure it out on your own for the most part. Like, if your stomach hurts and they smell that, they're like, nope, peace out. It's not just us, though. Our kids experience this, too.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
When I tell you, you all know Antic Esme. She is of mixed race. Antic Esme has experienced a ton of racial comments being thrown at her by kids her own age at that. She's had a couple of kids call her a chink. She's had them call her a little China doll. And mind you, when they call her a China doll, they're not calling her a China doll telling her that she's pretty.
Yeah, it's not a form of endearment.
That is a racial slur to throw at someone like her. Our youngest, I don't think he's ever really...
not that we know of, but I mean...
I've run into a couple of questions of why would you have a kid like that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get rid of a kid like that? Like, the question, lying of questioning why we would have babies like that. I'm sorry, but my mixed babies are beautiful.
Oh, well, there was the situation where you had the lady that asked you why you had to adopt a Asian baby rather than, an American baby.
I did. Right after I had Antic Esme, I was walking through a store, minding my own business, mind you, with my mother. And Antic Esme, she was maybe 3 months old. And when babies are first born, they're usually a little bit darker than usual. She was pretty dark. Esme has black hair, tan skin, and eyes that are so dark that the whites around her eyes are blue.
She wants to look like me.
But I had a lady walk up to me, and she asked me why I would adopt a child from another country when there are so many white babies over here that need to be adopted.
Ain't that something?
And when I looked at her and told her that she was my biological child, she asked me why I didn't abort her. Like that's even... Who approaches a random stranger and asks them that question in the first place? But then to ask why you wouldn't abort them, people are bold,
Sick.
to say the least. They're bold. That.
Yes.
There's some balls on that lady to walk up to me like that. When I tell you, if my daughter hadn't been in my arms, that lady would have never made it out of the store. Don't approach us and ask us those questions.
Yeah.
It's like she felt as though because my child was interracial that she was less than. And that's, I think, something that we run into in this entire world is people seem to think that the color of your skin determines where you are on a totem pole. And that's not the case.
So, ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, with us uploading the videos that we do, our channel, it's rated as a comedy channel. We want to spread love, happiness, cheer, positivity, uniformity, and all around just wholesome family fun. But we can't do that in a world of negativity. We can't do that in a world of continuous racism. We're going to do what we want to do no matter what anyone says or think about us. We love our family, our interracial blended family, and we're going to continue to be that wonderful, loving interracial family, despite what the Karens of the world want to feel about us. All right, guys. So we just wanted to, take some time out, share with you guys, exactly, where we are in this whole interracial marriage or interracial mixture of things in the world.
I want it to be raw.
Well, yes,
raw,
give it to you straight.
Honest. Tell you what we really go through, because even though we're smiling and we're laughing all day long,
it still does affect us.
There's a lot that we go through.
Yes.
The videos that we film, you'd be amazed how many racial things happen in the process of us filming those videos.
Oh, absolutely. That
we have to take out and remove, because we're not that negative family. people can make those comments to us while we're filming all they want. That's not going to stop us from having fun.
Nope.
So we wanted to spread that awareness to you, let you guys know, like, everyone says racism is dead. It's not.
Bullshit.
Racism is not dead. It is still out there. Maybe not as prominent as it once was in the world, but it's definitely still something that I wouldn't say we, because I personally don't deal with it when I'm alone.
I deal with it every day.
But see, I can't say we because I don't personally deal with it when I'm alone. I only notice it when I'm with Greg, just for obvious reasons.
I mean, hell, I work in a retail atmosphere, and mind you, again, where I live, ain't many of us. And, you know, when customers come to my place of business and they see me helping them, you know, it's almost like I have to make a conscious effort to go above and beyond to make them feel like I am not a threat to them, and kind of, you know,
prove yourself almost, where you shouldn't have to prove yourself.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just a little old black guy, no threat to you. I won't take your purse this time.
This time.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Oh, no. I mean, haven't there been multiple times too where at work people have just specifically requested not to work with you solely based off of your skin color?
Just last week, actually. I can't really go into the fine details of it because of where I work, but just know that cell phones, it is not that serious to get a cell phone to request to work with a certain person. A cell phone doesn't care what color you are. It's gonna operate the same way. That's all I can say about that.
Even more is when you get the white person that walks in and goes, I don't want to work with him because he's black. I would like a black cell phone.
That's so funny. Irony.
I mean, me as a salesperson, I'm pretty sure you guys know, I'm very sarcastic.
To say the least.
I'm extremely inappropriate at the worst times. I'm just extremely inappropriate at all times.
To say the least.
Had a customer walked in and pulled that type of move on me, I most likely would have made the statement and gotten myself fired pretty damn quick of, are you sure that cell phone's not going to steal your information because it's black?
Right? Yes. I love it.
Are you sure you don't want a white iPhone? Or a white Samsung? How about a blue one? Anything but black? That black one just might compromise your information. Don't type your credit card information into that black cell phone.
Stupid.
That's just the type of people that we are. And a lot of people are taken back by that. Do we care?
Not a chance.
No.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
This is who we are. Like we said before, we wanted to be raw. We wanted to be honest.
Love us or leave us. Your choice is yours. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you continue to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, share them, leave us some comments. This video is a little different from what we normally do, but we felt it was necessary that you guys saw this side of us to give you some more insight of who we are.
If there's any questions that you would actually like us to answer in a future video, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. Like we've said before, we're raw, we're honest, we'll answer them to the best of our abilities. And if you have had any racial encounters or seen any racial encounters, feel free to share those with us below. We read your comments.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a black and white thing. Any race, any color, creed, nationality, doesn't matter. If you have been subjected to any type of discriminatory actions, behaviors, manners, stereotypes, anything like that, it doesn't have to be just black and white. It's any race at all. If you feel as though you've been subjected to it, leave us a comment below. Ask us questions how we've dealt with it. Maybe we might be able to start a movement where we can just kind of, collab together and say, hey, we are people of X, Y, and Z group, and we're not going to tolerate it anymore. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you have.
Definitely. And if our video inspired you, make sure you share it off with everybody else.
Yes.
Let them know, let them see that we're not going to stand back and wait for these racial comments, these racial things to continue to happen.
Make it go viral.
That we are here to make a stand against this, because this is something that affects more than just us. Like, even though we are in the public eye, we're not the only ones that deal with this on a daily basis. And, you know, if we get enough comments, we might even make a whole video about you guys' stories as well.
Yeah, we'll like, you know, screenshot your post, and we'll respond to it on camera and go from there. I think we should like do a hashtag, like hashtag stop racism. What do you guys think? Hashtag stop racism?
All right, guys. Like we said before, if you felt inspired, enjoyed our video, leave us a comment down below. We're not alone in this. Let everybody else know that they're not alone in this fight against racism. And with us being in the public eye, we are definitely out to pound some fists and let everyone know that we're not going to stand back and take it anymore.
No.